wrap up with a question on Central Missouri here in a moment. I know you guys are not overlooking the Mules by any means, but I do wonder how it affects kind of how you look at a team as you look there. And I know it doesn't mean anything, but when you see a 0 in the loss column, you see that number and 1 next to the name to the left of the name as the number in the country. It changes things a little bit. How do you as a player kind of look at that and look at that challenge of going in there and trying to be that first team that hangs you off on block?
I think that we're just trying to prove to ourselves that we can be really good. And I think we all know we can. And I think that we're ready for any challenge. We have a few days to get really prepped. I think we're all excited for it.
But as I mentioned, the Mules are the first point of business, and they're shooting very well. 11 and 4 record on the year, 2-1 in the MIAA. I know you got a lot more stuff to do on the Mules, but what's one bullet point that stood out to you in terms of your game prep getting set for this camp so far?
Defense. I think we know that when we play great defense with anyone, that's something that we really got.
It's game number 12 for Emporia State. The 4-7 Hornets taking on the 11-4 Mules at the Hughes Athletic Center coming up on Thursday. And we'll have the coverage for you beginning for the men at 7:30 for tip-off, 5 o'clock. RV Doc pregame show for the doubleheader. We'll have both games for you on Mix 104.9. So come and celebrate New Year's Day with us on Thursday. Jack Wegas for Emporia State. Told you knock it out. Thanks so much. Jack Wegas, ladies and gentlemen, freshman shooting guard for the Emporia State men's basketball team. We'll wrap things up with Coach Billiter right after this. Live from 627 Event Space. This is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State basketball.
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. The new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Winter weather in Kansas. Is your car ready? The team at Black Creek Diesel and Automotive is proud to be a part of the Napa Network. With over 14,000 Napa Auto Care Centers, you'll always have an ASE certified mechanic nearby. The next time you need service, head to Black Creek Diesel and Automotive for the expertise and quality service you need to keep your ride on the road wherever you're headed. Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, 3105 West 6th Avenue in Emporia.
Save big on your auto loan at Emporia State Federal Credit Union. For a limited time, qualified buyers can finance their car purchase or refinance their existing loan for as low as 4.75% APR. You must apply before 12/31/25, so act fast. Apply today at ESFCU.com. Text or call today, 620-342-2336. APR equals annual percentage rate. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply. All loans are subject to approval.
When you need fast care, Newman Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care is here for you. Conveniently located on-site at Newman Regional Health, Express Care offers walk-in service for non-emergency illnesses and injuries. No appointment needed. Open 7 days a week to keep you feeling your best. Call today at 620-343-7828. Trust Express Care for quick, reliable treatment. Newman Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care, helping the Hornets achieve their healthy goals.
It's time to fall forward into football season and cheer on your favorite team. So why not get good gear for you and your family at Sports Connection? Sports Connection carries Emporia High and area high school team apparel, as well as ESU, KU, and K-State gear. They also do custom screen printing for your team, booster club, or your family and friends. That's the spirit with new fan gear from Sports Connection. Sports Connection, 2721 West 15th in Emporia.
Did you get to switch over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I got a deal on that.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
Insurance that fits just right. Find a shelter agent near you.
For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see shelter agent Dave Watts. Mix 104.9.
The Emporia State men taking their 4-7 record to Warrensburg to take on Central Missouri. The Mules are 11-4 on the year, playing very well and coming off one of their better shooting games of the year. We're here to talk about the Mules, wrap up the first semester, and get set for the second semester here as we are through the Christmas break. Here in the second half of Hornet Talk, Tom Billiter joined us here to start. Coach, hope you had a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
How was your holiday break?
Good break. Hope everyone out here had a great break, and you as well. It was good to get away. It's good to be back.
A little break for you, break for the guys. How was the family time for you in the Billiter household?
Yeah, we had a chance to go back. My wife and I are both in the same hometown, so our families are there. Only my daughter and her husband and my granddaughter came. The other kids stayed home. We get along extremely well. We just see each other about 3 times a year. So that's my
Sure.
secret to family success is really value the time you're together.
Sure. Well, I'm glad all that worked out. Overall, for you guys, I know that the 4-7 record, it could. We've talked so much about how there's been so many of these close games and how it could have been a much different mark for you guys. What are your thoughts on the first semester?
I thought the Rockers was tail of 2 halves. I thought we played probably as good a basketball as we played all year in the first half. We really played well. At the second half, they played really well. And I thought we did some things, not what we did in the first half, and that led to us getting beat. And whether it was the score was indicative of how good a game it was, I don't know. But I do think that there were little things that the long time did, and there were things that we should have done a little bit better. But our first half, we could have played with we missed a shot on some free throws, but they're a very good team. Down 4 at the half, and really I thought we should have the lead. But again, we did not put 2 halves together, and that's something we're working on. We got to get better at it. It's all part of the process of building and going and getting better. Now, older guys got to continue to do things the way we do this process. You got to stay positive, you got to be patient. And, fortunately, I've done it long enough. I see the big picture, and I know what's going to happen and all this. But for people that are all about, every second of every day, immediate success and nothing else, it doesn't look very good. I understand that. Trust me, I very much know what's going to happen down the road because now I really is ahead of us. We've got very good young people.
I know that for sometimes young people, they want to see the reward and see what happens right away, but sometimes, as you mentioned, it is a process in terms of the guys and how they use the break and kind of reset mentally. What was your message to them going into the Christmas break in terms of how you wanted them to kind of, obviously enjoy the Christmas time, remember the reason for the season, enjoy the family and all that, but also come back the right way and get ready for you and what they need to do?
I don't get too much. I feel like we're
Sure.
I don't really get into it. I think you gotta know what it's going to take to get in shape. If I have to threaten them or warn them or do all these things to make sure they do what they're supposed to do, we're not going to do it. I try to treat them like that and try to let them make their own decisions. They know what they're going to do. Today, I thought we had a very good teaching practice, but we didn't do that all day. Like that, we talked about how the defense. I think they got defense pretty good. We haven't scored 28 days, 28 in the last game we played. That's not good enough. Well, it's not good enough to sit there and cry about it. Boys can get it done, and I choose to speak defense, and I know what we do is good, and I know what we do is solid. They just don't understand. We just, the only way they're going to learn it is by continuously staying the same, being consistent, and making sure they do what they do. Because they can. I mean, the difference between us being 7-4 and 4-7 probably is more than 10 to 12.
Yeah.
It
might 12 points in those 12 possessions.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we didn't do the right things, make the right decisions in those games. There's no doubt about it. But you got to look at it from a coaching perspective, break every single game down, see what it brings, and see where it's really one that you plays a half or 15 that has kept us from having one. Let's stop with it. It's not the rest. It's us. It's us taking Kansas State with a good shot, on the board, things like that. It's hard. That one was really close. I as a coach, I'm not into going victories. I'm into trying to figure out how to build a solid foundation program and have a place that people really can lose. I want to have a reputation for people
I know from talking with Chris Harris we had on Hornet Talk, Jack Wiggins today, and you mentioned that the guys, you got to be able to get some sort of positive reinforcement. Do you feel like guys, you mentioned here today, that you can see the long term and you see where this is going, and if they stay on the path that they're going to get there? Do you feel like the guys are still seeing like, okay, all we got to do is continue to work and get better, and the wins are going to come if we can continue to work and improve the practice?
I think so. You'd have to have them.
Sure.
I just think when you're that age, I think you're playing college basketball, and maybe you don't have to do in your life. I don't think the record matters. If it does, you're not good enough to win. I want the guys that just value every second of getting what to be able to look back on it, tell their grandchildren about it someday. But if you have to value it one, those minutes, you just have to, you got to do everything that you can do in order to help you get better. If you help them close to the and I always tell my guys, if it doesn't get home right now, Jack, or sort of depression. There's so many of my players that are out. It's so funny. I'm just sitting here right now. I'm like, just texting them,
Yeah.
And I just gave the phone to call them. But these kids don't understand. They're always saying they'll be 4 or 5 years old. They would die for an after
Sure.
Sick, throwing up or whatever. They would do. You know what I'm talking about? They talk about the bus trip. They talk about the locker room. They talk about. They'll tell some story when I lost my mom or whatever. but they would give anything to have this opportunity. Every one of them. And you know what? That warms your heart, man. You realize it's good. And those are the types of things you're trying to lay out the foundation you want. You want these kids to text me. This young man, Trevor, he played for 7, 8 years ago. And text me. Potential.
I know that one of the young guys, you're hoping is probably going to do that, is the one that we had on the show here today, Jack Wiggins. And boy, you talk about a guy that's been kind of waited for his turn, got to start at Rockhurst, but whenever you put him in the game, he's getting in there and ready to shoot. And I think he's your leading 3-point shooter at 50%. What's impressed you the most about this freshman?
There's a couple of things about Jack that are kind of impressive. As you notice, he's definitely a young man who's quite a bit engaged with basketball. We don't want that happening. He's all worried about his grades. I think he got a B one time in his life.
Oh, okay.
Fourth grade. And I'm sure it might have been B. He might not have got 6 pull-ups for the presidential bag or something. But no, he's just an outstanding scholar athlete. Come a long ways. How long is it? You got to get better in a lot of ways. Comes from a really good place. Comes from an area that plays up for that. His future is what he wants to do. He'll be as good as he wants to be. Boy, he can definitely do all that. He can naturally make that. We want to get him more complete. I know you're saying he's guard, he is, but I want to be a scorer.
Sure.
And to me, that's getting to the rim more. That's getting to the people. That's having a bigger game. I like it. He shoots it so well that all of those are good on that. You have to run it off the line. And he's just now that expert. A little bit more how to use the defender. Clear on him. Not going to back where he's coming. He's going to be going on his shoes. They will have to get him out of that shot. A lot of things he still does. He's like a sponge.
Well, and another young guard, and you talk about being a scoring guard, boy, Justin Mack has been that for you. He's got 2 double-digit games in his last 3. He's shooting about 75% from the field over his last 3 games. He's 8 of 9 at Rockhurst. And I know that the mid-range game, all the computers say you can't do that, but he's been very well in the mid-range game. He's finished at the rim. He had a pair of 3s at Rockhurst. What has allowed him to kind of take his offense to the next level over this last stretch?
I think Jay is finally kind of expressing, it just takes different times. He had a nice week. And I think it's I think that freshman year, even though I know they're men, I get that, but they're still trying to figure out their time to get back in class. They're learning a lot of stuff. And now you're telling them you got to learn everybody's spot, every point. It's a lot. And he just consistently and constantly just getting better. So he's comfortable with what he's doing. There's a lot of things to do. And I think he's really settled back into his role a little bit. I think when you're trying to starter, you're taking a couple of
over the last 3 games, he's got 13 assists, 2 turnovers over the last 3.
He only had one against last week. So to me, he's letting the team come to him instead of the offense working on both of them. And he can come away with a play. He's had a knowledge of half of the play with him. Gathering and shooting really well doing offense.
Last thing for you, quick word on the Central Missouri team that you're going to face on Thursday. I know the number 1 Ichabod's are looming large, but boy, the Central Missouri team just hit 22 threes in their last game, and they're shooting over 40% from outside the arc. How do you see this?
They're very impressive. You know, it's their coach's 3rd year. I think they've done a good job of figuring some things out. They're pretty young. They start 2 freshmen and sophomores. Probably arguably a player of the year candidate at this point. You know, and he's probably 6 foot, 6'1", 150 pounds. He plays stronger than that. But they've got an outstanding young man in their guys. And I probably messed up. I'm not sure I did, but I know this. I can tell you this on the young man. He's number 7.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Which hurts me because that's Mickey. And
sure.
That's one of my all-time favorite numbers, 7. So I got to go put it. But he's a very, 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 very complete freshman. He's got a very system. He has fun when he's out there playing fast. He brings energy to the team. He's a good freshman. I've seen him It's good play against him. It's a great team.
It should be a great game. We'll see you out there at Warrensburg, Hughes Athletic Center. Hornets and Mules doubleheader coverage begins at 5 o'clock as the Lady Hornets take on the Jennies right here on Mix 104.9. Coach, appreciate it. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Head coach Tom Billiter, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll ring in the new year coming up on Thursday there in Warrensburg, Missouri. Join us for the action and then the Turnpike Tussle on Saturday. So that's our show for today. We'll talk to you New Year's Day from Warrensburg. Thanks to everybody for coming out tonight, listening online at KMUE.com/listen. And thanks to the great folks here at 627 Event Space. Make sure you tip your server. We'll see you next week for the show right here at 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Ashley and the crew can't wait to serve you 647 Commercial in downtown Emporia. Thanks to Grace Ish back at our KFFX studios. I'm Blake Cripp saying good night and Stingers up.